guys? It's good to see y'all yet again. I missed y'all very much. Sorry I was gone last week. Oh my gosh, last week was a whole time and a half and then some. That was a lot. But I'm happy to be back here with y'all. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I got no announcements, no updates, anything like that. You know, we're just back to business as usual. We're picking up right back where we left off with our non-metallic metal Celestine project. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it, really. Don't forget, if you like what you see here tonight on the stream, to leave a like. If you're new here and you haven't already, don't forget to also hit the subscribe button as well, and hit that notification bell. That way you know when we go live every week right here at Chimera Games on YouTube, every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Hey Godzilla, what's good? Good to see you, bud. How you doing? Happy Friday. Hope school's been going well and all that jazz. And yeah, that's about it. Also, if you want to follow me on my socials, all the links are down in the description below. And yeah, let's just jump into it. So let's talk a wee bit about Celestine here, because she actually does look slightly differently than the last time you all saw her. I did do some work offline between the last time we were live and what would have been last week's stream. I did do quite a bit of work on her. Sorry, the camera's a little shaky. Make sure that stabilizes itself. There we go. But yeah, I've pretty much just about completed the Doom Bull Brown glazing. If you look at her armor very closely, let me see if we can get a good focus on that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, if you look at her armor very closely, you'll notice that she's actually much redder. Hey, thanks Godzilla, I appreciate that. Yeah, she's much redder than she was the last time y'all saw her, and it's because I've now applied several layers of glaze of Doom Bull Brown. This color right here is actually one of my favorite colors in my collection. I love being able to use this on a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, so we're pretty much done with that step. I'm probably going to do a couple more layers here just to do some quick corrections on a couple of spots that don't look quite so good to me. Gonna blend those down a little bit, and then also hear what the wings look like. The wings are, I gotta say, are looking really good. Like, these are definitely coming along really nicely, which is great, because at first I was a little concerned about these, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning. But yeah, I'm actually really liking the way these are turning out so far. So that is where we are at with Celestine. So yeah, this is where we're gonna pick up from pretty much. Gonna zoom out real quick. Of course, we're busting out the wet palette yet again. I got a new fresh piece of paper down on the wet palette. I'm gonna keep things zoomed out a little bit for the time being, just so you can see a little bit about what I'm doing with like my blending and whatnot. Oh, also, you might have noticed too that I've like reprimed certain areas. Oh my god, that's right, Castlevania Nocturne is out now. That's true. I gotta get on that. I gotta watch that. Oh yeah, shoot, thanks for reminding me, Godzilla. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm so excited. Hell yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I reprimed certain areas of paint that had come off as we were working, because, you know, I hold the model by like the stem right here because it's the most stable way to hold it. They've already announced season 2. Good. Very well. I'm sure if it's anything like the original Castlevania series, then I'm sure, like, you know, we're gonna get like 4 more seasons of that at least. Or not 4 total seasons of that, because that they just crank out some quality work over there, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no, that studio deserves all the accolades, all the praise. They really do good work. Good work over there, for sure. But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, reprime some of those areas so I can like patch up the paint there. Not too much of that to do, but enough to matter for sure. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I think we're just gonna start with some glazing action here. Let me get my Doom Bull Brown nice and mixed up. Have you already finished Nocturne, Godzilla? Oh, there's my face cam. I forgot I had moved the face cam last time. Yes, nice. Nice. I'll be checking that out here very soon. I started watching the new Adventure Time show, Fiona and Cake, last night. It is very good. I forgot how much I actually really adore like the Adventure Time universe. And I started watching Fiona and Cake and I was like, ah yeah, that's the stuff. That's the silly goofiness, but also like the really cool like lore and shit that I really like, you know. I always love it when like a cartoon goes from being like silly and goofy to like being like so deep and rich with lore, and like there's like so much going on like behind the scenes, kind of like Adventure Time, Gravity Falls type beat. Love that shit. Gravity Falls, that was another one of my favorite shows back in the day, for sure. Okay, glazing time. Let's see, so I'm just gonna load up my brush. I'm gonna slap that down onto the palette to get ready for thinning. Clean the brush off. Dry that off so we can get a more precise-ish brush load of water onto the brush. Gonna go like boom. And then we just start loading that down with water and pulling the paint into the water pretty much. Check for consistency. That's looking pretty good so far. We're gonna dab that on the paint, on the paper towel. Make sure we don't see any more blooming when it just sort of like blooms onto the paper towel. Do a consistency check with our thumbnail, because of course that is the only way. That's looking a little too watery, so I'm going to pull more paint down into the water here. Now we're going to test that. There we go. That's still a little too watery. Hold on. Easy fix. Just going to dab some of that onto there, and then perfect. Perfect consistency, just like that. Okay. And now, in terms of the areas I kind of want to focus on here, her right leg is an area of interest for sure. So we're gonna work on that. I'm just gonna blend out these edges a little bit. There we go. Perfection. I'm gonna do the shoulder pad right here too a little bit. Nice. There we go. Also get this area on the left leg too. Nice. Okay, what else do we want to hit while we're here? I'll hit the back side of this shoulder pad too. I mean, this isn't really going to be visible at all, so I'm not going to stress too much about this part right here, honestly. I do just want to touch it up perhaps a little bit though. Perhaps just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Yeah. Otherwise, that's looking pretty good too. I'm not going to stress too much about that part either. Maybe blend out this a little bit more too. Hey, Nikki, what's good? Good to see you, Chief. How you doing? How you been? Saw the post. I mean, I know you saw my comment already, but I saw your completed Chrome Celestine. Looked so freaking good, man. Congrats on that. That looked sick. Seeing that got me excited to start painting, and I was like, oh man, it's on now. I love mini painting. I love being in community with other mini painters too. How's your week been? No problem, Chief. Yeah, it really does look amazing. I'm like, whew. You got a really nice shine on that chrome, I'm not gonna lie. Been chill, a lot of painting done. Yeah, I can tell. You've been really firing off on the old Instagrams here lately. I dig it. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Yeah, I feel like I finally got this whole consistency thing. You're working on your nice. Working on the Norn. You're doing? Remind me. Are you doing emissary or a simulator build? I'm gaming with some buds. I got you on in the background. Good shit, good shit. What are y'all playing? Like some board games? You playing some what? I think, did you say you play Age of Sigmar emissary build? Nice, Godzilla did. Yeah, what are y'all playing? What is Dark Tide? Oh, gaming. I got you. Gaming. Nice. Nice. Ultralord and I are looking to get some game time in Dark Tide here pretty soon. It has been sitting in my Steam library for a hot minute, and I have not touched it. Here we go. Yeah, this is looking really good so far. I am a fan. Dark Tide. Love me a good horde shooter. There's a piece of lint or something trapped right on the purity seal. Let me see if I can pluck that out real quick using my tweezers. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see about that now. There we go, I got it. Yeah, I got it. There we go. Let's see. My glaze is dry. Those parts are dry, yeah, okay, perfect. More glazes. Perfect. That's a little heavier than a... Actually, no, that's a good glaze consistency, actually. I'll take that. Brush is starting to fray just a wee bit. It's not very good. That's okay though, we can fix that pretty easily. Yeah, I'm learning that getting a good glaze consistency and like a good glaze application, and I guess this must apply for like painting in general really when you think about it, is managing your brush management. It's actually like really important, like making sure there isn't too much water in it, keeping the bristles in alignment, things like that, maintaining the integrity of like the brush point for application purposes. Like, obviously these things have always been important in painting, but like it wasn't until I started glazing when I need to like very carefully like track all these things did I realize like how important they all are. which I'm very happy to be learning more as I carry out this project, which is been a bit of an uphill battle for me, just because it's something brand new that I've never tried before, you know. We are out here, though. We are indeed out here. We are indeed out here. Okay, I low-key want to call this step with Doombull Brown done. Yeah, I'm willing to call that done. All right, so next step. Next step is going to be to take these two colors, Rhinox Hide, that's a little out of focus and out of frame, Rhinox Hide and Incubi Darkness. We're gonna actually mix these in a 1-to-1 ratio. Blend it, not blend it, thin it down into a glaze consistency, and we're gonna apply this in like the second deepest level of shadow we got on the model, pretty much, which on this model isn't in a, that's such like deep shadows aren't gonna really exist on too many parts of this model, but we will find them. I will find you, and we will paint you. But yeah, there are definitely some key areas that, like underneath the shoulder pads, obviously, behind her knees, things like that, underneath her shoes, things like that. So yeah, we'll definitely find areas of opportunity. Maybe if I'm really careful, I can maybe get inside the neck too, like inside the neck collar area, maybe. But let me mix these up real quick, because I don't think I've actually I haven't opened this Rhinox Hide yet, ever, and then it's been a while since I've used Incubi Darkness, so both need a good shake. I mean, it's been a while since I've used any paints, period, because it's been it's been 2 weeks since I last stremmed. What the fuck? Anyway. Alright, let's do this. So, hey Flacco, what's good, Mo? How you doing? Happy Friday. How's your week been? Have you moved yet? Was that today? As much of that. Down off the pallet. Oh, next Friday, okay. I thought you had said next Friday last week, but I got you. A lot of packing this. Oh yeah, I bet. How far from your current place is your new one? Are you gonna have a good, okay enough time transporting everything? It's only like 3 miles away. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, so let's get this mix going. I think I got the right ratio. I might need a little more. Might need a little more Rhinox Hide in there, actually. I think I really loaded it down with Incubi Darkness by mistake. That's okay though. Hold on, give me 1 second. We don't need much more. Just the hard part is finding movers for my bigger stuff. Like, why are they charging a service fee on top of the pay? Yeah, what the heck? That's the fuck? I hate that. Wait a second. Let me see if I can help you out real quick. Let me see if this company I used to move me into this place. Make sure they're down there with you. I'm pretty sure they're just like an app. Oh, no, they are exclusive to New York City. Damn. I was gonna say, there's this one app I use. I'm paying for your service already, the fuck? No, that's so real. That is so real. You got like, do you have like furniture and shit to move, or do you just have mainly like big boxes like kitchenware stuff? I can't remember if you said like, other than like your bed, obviously. I can't remember if you said you had like a lot of furniture to move or not. Yeah, just a little bit more Rhinox hide and this mixture should do the trick. By Darkness, that is a very potent paint, I must say. Let's see. This should probably do the trick. A futon, that's what it was. I remember it was something else. A futon and a mattress. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I have a console too, but I might just break that down and move it myself. Real. Because consoles are easy enough to break down and set back up. Let's see. Alright, time to thin this. Let's see. The other stuff is just bins. Ah, word. Also, plastic bins, smart. Durable, waterproof, which is very important, especially where you live. It being Louisiana and all. Hold on, I'm gonna actually add in a little bit more Rhinox hide. I'm a little concerned that it's a little greener. It should be closer to like, honestly, kind of like straight gray. Yeah, like this. It should be more like this color right here. Yeah. That's perfect. Okay, cool. So I probably did not use enough Rhinox hide. Or rather, I probably unconsciously picked up more Incubi Darkness when I went in to mix that in there. Alright, so let's go here. And then let's start pulling paint. Here we go. Maybe a little more paint, a little more water, a bit more of both. Let's see. I know this is all, I can tell this is pretty watery, so we're definitely gonna need to blot this out quite a bit before we start applying. Actually, that might be too watery. There was like no pigment in that whatsoever. Hold on. Put more paint into this mixture over here. Interesting. Okay. You know what? I just realized that this might not need... Oh, that's good. That's a good glaze consistency right there. I'll take that. Okay. So I know that this is gonna go like in places like right here, for example. And the under part of the knee. Ooh, this is actually a really cool shadow tone. I like this. Very potent too, I gotta say. Let's see. Let's see. Uh-oh. see. I think underneath here is probably a good spot to put some incubi. Rhinox too. And then maybe probably right here as well. There we go. There we go. A little bit of that right there. Oh, that's actually really... Oh, yeah, that's actually really starting to look pretty... Pretty gosh darn metallic there with the addition of this layer. I actually like the way that looks. If you look like right here on the... let me bring her closer to the camera. If you look like near the ankles... That actually looks really cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. Yeah. Okay. What was I doing? Do I still have paint on here? Yeah, I got enough. Alright, cool. Yeah. Yo, it's looking really good. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. Yes, we have certainly come a long way since day one of this project, I gotta say. I am very stoked with the direction this project is heading in. Let's see here, maybe get the armpit right here as well. Nice. This is probably not going to actually need as many layers too. This is probably only going to need like what, 4 or 5 maybe? 4 or 5 layers, I reckon, because this color is already pretty dark, so we actually don't need to do like an awful lot in terms of like making it have like an effect on the overall look of the model. I feel like quite a bit's gonna go here, especially too in the inside of the collar area. Yeah, that's definitely a good place to put some. Let me adjust camera real quick. Adjust camera real quick. Is that in focus? Let's see. That looks pretty good. Okay. Get some of that incubi goodness in there. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we need probably some around like the breastplate right here as well. Hold on. I need to reload my brush. Let's get it like right at here. Get like the underside of the breastplate too. Okay. Now, the problem with this left leg is that the sort of like knee plate right here is like pretty, like it's pretty much like right up against the legs. Like I don't really know if there's like an opportunity here for some shadow, but I'm gonna incorporate a little bit because I feel like there is kind of just right here though in this one little part. Just in this one little part though. Yeah, and then maybe we get the back of the shin here. The calf muscle, that's what that's called. God. How did I forget the name of the one muscle I used to pull so frequently when I was still running track in high school? Whew. Those ice baths were not fun. Right, Flacco? Ooh, those ice baths were so not fun. They were a time. Now this is starting to really come together. Get a little bit right there. Yeah, okay, cool. Now we can move on to, we can start moving on to second layers of all this. Nice. Boots right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. The edges of the boots here too, just the very edges of the boots though. Yeah, hey Ultra Lord, what's good, man? Sorry for the deep fried voice there for a split second there, y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. We are working on our shadows on this model right now, as you can see. If you look at like toward the ankles especially, you can see what we're doing. This is a one-to-one mixture of Rhinox hide and Incubi darkness, going into like the second tier shadows all over the model. How you been, man? It's good to see you. How's that project for school coming along? Not project, project, but not for school, for like your literal PhD. Looking good, my dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh my god, this might actually be my favorite step of this process so far. I actually really love the way this looks. Yeah, I really like this. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. This is really freaking cool. These parts are going to be casting shadow because the winds are going to be blocking them anyway, so get that in there, get that in there. I'm doing pretty well, and so is the project. I think I'll be able to be done with analysis soon. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. How long have you been working on this at this point? I feel like it's been like... Gosh, I want to say actually you started working on this around the same time I started streaming, right? Or am I wrong? Like, has it been about 7 or 8 months? Not 8 months. Let's see, it's October now. Yeah, has it been like 7 months, almost 8 months since you started this project? Or am I wrong? Just a tiny bit in this area right here. Not much, but just enough. I started working on it in February. Yeah, okay, so that's what I thought. Around the same time I started streaming. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. That's crazy. It's crazy how we've both been working on these things ever since like February. February is a good time of the year to start things, though. It's quiet, not much else going on around you. You know, take advantage of everyone else being practically asleep. We're in hibernation mode, you know. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's see here. Yeah, there isn't really like a lot of like shadow work to do on the legs necessarily. Oh, I totally missed this side of the knee fold though over here. That's gonna be important to fill in, I think. Hold on. Need to sort of remix some glaze. Remix. Sorry, running out. Set the brush. Let's see. Need a lot more paint. Hope I didn't mess up my ratio over here. Okay, we're good. Okay, where was I gonna go before I had to remix all that? Oh, right. Other side of the back fold of the knee, right here. Needs some shadow. Yeah, I just need some shadow right here for sure. Yeah, because this is so dark, we really don't need that many layers of this. Don't need that many layers of this at all. Okay. Okay. Round out this over here. more into this part. Boom, boom. Oh, I gotta get her armpits too, actually. Come to think of it, yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. So that's cast and shadow by that. So actually, yeah, we do wanna, yeah. Yeah. I want to push this away. There we go. Alright. Let's switch over to the wings now. Alright. Okay, so for this, we want to deposit the shadows like right underneath, like here, I think is the key area to get those in. Two. Yeah, and then maybe if we're feeling really bold, we'll do this part right here as well. I am feeling bold. I am feeling bold. I'm feeling fresh tonight. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then I need more paint. Let's see. Try it on this thumbnail, because that thumbnail Loki ran out of space, okay? Fingernails, what I'm going to say. See. And then we need to do this sort of equal but opposite over here. I'm not gonna lie, the surfaces on these wings are a little weird to me. It took me a while to kind of comprehend like where all the reflections ought to go on this particular portion of the model. I think we've got it more or less figured out. Let's see, we need like a little bit here, and a little bit here, and a little bit here. You know where this definitely should go? On the inside of the halo. Yeah. This should definitely go on the inside of the halo, if nowhere else. Go. Nice. Uh-oh. Let's see. Tonal variety. Just adding in a little bit more tonal variety on the wing frame here by kind of rubbing in the shadow mixture into the sort of mid sections here. I'm gonna touch up our shadows on the halo too. Maybe I can see your halo. Yeah, those are looking pretty good. These are looking pretty good. Yeah. A little more back here. There we go. Nice. Back to Celestine herself now. Gonna get into this knee pad a little bit more. Ugh. Hold on. I just noticed that we made a little oopsie whoopsie earlier. Got a little bit of our shadow mixture on the shiny part of her knee, so let me fix that. Go back into the Bastigore flesh just for a split second. Just so we can fix this. I'm just gonna paint it on there dry. No big deal. Boom. Like it never even happened. Like it never happened. Even though I can't confirm that that's a direct SpongeBob quote, sometimes I feel like whenever, like, if you ever like were to just say something, literally anything, in like a vaguely SpongeBob-esque voice, someone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's such a funny SpongeBob quote." Like, "Oh my god, like I remember that episode." Just because there have been so many episodes of SpongeBob, when you think about it, that's like how many possible combinations of words. I mean, there are probably several, but it's like how many possible combinations of words are there left to like write for that show is something I think about from time to time with like long-running TV shows like that. Like thinking about like SpongeBob, Grey's Anatomy, other long-running TV shows. like Survivor, shit like that. I'm like, how many times? I wonder how many times the exact same like lines and phrases occur across long-running TV shows like that. It kind of reminds me of one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation, where the crew they visit this character's Q's homeworld, or home dimension, I should say. Q is like this like omnipotent like multi-dimensional being that like usually pops into the Enterprise and fucks up some shit, you know. If you've ever seen Star Trek: The Next Generation, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And in one episode they visit like his home dimension, the Continuum. How many times has Krabby Patty been said in the history of SpongeBob? That's a good question. I'm gonna look that up actually right now. And the reason why I bring up this episode is because when they get to the Continuum, they like see all like other Qs, other people just like the Q we know, and they're all just sitting around in complete silence because well, basically what the way like the main Q describes it is like, oh yeah, well, we've already said literally everything possible that could be said, so because we're like, you know, we're immortal, timeless beings, so it's like, yeah, you know, now we just sit around here chilling all day saying literally nothing to each other because there's literally nothing left to be said. I was like, damn, that's so clever. I love like little sci-fi. Like my favorite, I mean, I don't know if this is like a trope or not, but like one of my favorite like sci-fi like things about sci-fi is when they just like execute very simple yet like mind-boggling or like devastating like twists and turns and shit. Like best example is an episode from the classic Twilight Zone series. The episode Time Enough at Last, where like the dude's like, you know, the world, he like the dude works in a bank and then the world ends and he's like the last one alive, and then like, you know, he's like super happy because he has like all the time in the world now to like sit around and read, which he couldn't do at his job because his like boss was mean to him and shit. And then spoiler alert, at the end of the episode, he wears glasses, by the way, the whole time. And then at the end of the episode, he drops his glasses. And obviously, because the world's over, like, he can't get another pair of glasses and no one can repair his. And then it's like, damn. And I think what his last line is like, it's not fair. Like, it's so unfair. And it's like, damn. When I saw that episode for the first time and I was like, what, 15? I was like, that is some good-ass writing right there. Okay. Answer your question, Ultra Lord. Let's find out. How many times has Krabby Patty been said in SpongeBob? Oh my god. Okay, so there's a compilation of YouTube. There's a compilation on YouTube that dates back to this June 29, 2023, of every time someone says the word Krabby Patty in the SpongeBob series, and the video is an hour and 57 minutes long. Like, what the hell? So like what? Krabby Patty, Krabby Patty. How many? Let's see. Krabby Patty, Krabby Patty, Krabby Patty. 1,000. So it takes like what? Roughly like what? A second, we'll say. Roughly. I guess like you're saying like in a quote unquote normal cadence, neutral cadence. It takes like what? Roughly a second, we'll say. Let's assume you can say like the word Krabby Patty like 2 times in a second, right? So let's see. I need a calculator real quick. Let's assume on average you can say the word Krabby Patty like maybe like what, 2 times in a second, or like maybe this is not useful math. Let's assume they just say it 1 time per second. So if it's an hour and 57 minutes long, right? Let's do this. 60 seconds times 60 minutes is obviously going to be 360, or 3,600 rather. 60 seconds times 60 minutes, and then let's see, and then it's an hour long. So this is like 1 hour, and then multiply that by 2. An hour 57 minutes long, so we multiply that by 2, and then subtract like what, 3 minutes worth. So it's like what? But this number feels way too low. So I'm getting like 7,000-ish. But I'm like, it's got to be more than that. Let's see if there's like an actual like website that counts this. I'm not finding anything. I am not finding anything. I do not want to play this SpongeBob clip like compilation because I do not want to get a copyright strike. But you know what I'll do? Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to mute. Let me mute computer audio real quick. We're gonna keep the hobby cam up. God, I hate YouTube's fucking copyright system so goddamn much. Fuck, it's a YouTube Kids video. Fuck, shit, okay. Because it's on the official SpongeBob channel too. I was gonna say, because my hope was that someone with like all the time in the world on their hands had like counted them all up in the comments section, but because it's a YouTube Kids video, the comments section is disabled, so that's a dead end right there. Fuck. Oh well. I tried, y'all. I tried. It's okay. It was only rhetorical. My God, I know it was rhetorical, but the truth is, Ultra Lord, it was actually a pretty interesting question, unfortunately. So, I let my curiosity get the best of me. What can I say? What can I say? I am a curious lad. Let's see here. Get some more glaze on the brush. Just identified a couple more areas where I want to apply some more. We can actually get it right in here too. There we go. Uh-oh. I have to do some more Bestigor flesh repair now. I made another little whoopsie by mistake. Let's see if I can actually... Can I rub that off before it gets too dried on, hopefully. Alas, it is too dried on. It's okay. That I can cover with Bestigor flesh very easily. Thankfully, this mixture is so thin that it's easy to cover up. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. Okay, that's all we really needed. Let's see. Get our Bestigor flesh back out. Yeah, this is looking pretty sick, y'all. This is looking pretty freaking sick. Smooth that off, and then let's see. Let's see. There we go. And Big Larry came out just to put him down. SpongeBob turned into a clown, and no one ever wants to dance with the fool who went and ripped his pants. I know I shouldn't mope around, I shouldn't curse, but the pain feels so much worse. 'Cause winding up with no one is a lot less fun than a burn from the sun or sand in your bones. Now I learned a lesson I won't soon forget, so soon you won't regret. Be true to yourself, now catch your chance, and you will end up like the fool who ripped his pants. I think of all the songs from SpongeBob, Ripped His Pants is probably my favorite. I know that's kind of like an ice cold take because it's like probably one of the most it's probably the most popular song in the show, but like that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel, you know. I can't deny how I feel. Oh fuck, let me close this paint pot before I forget to and then I knock it over and fuck something up. Okay, it's gonna be stuck in my head all night now. Crap. It's okay, I did this to myself. Now I learned a lesson I won't soon forget, so I'll see it and regret. True yourself, you get your chance. Let's see. Bottom of the shoes. One more time. Yeah, that's really starting to look like something. It's really starting to look like something. I am going to very quickly make a couple of adjustments in this sort of area of the model. I think I went a little too far into the shadow tone right there, so I'm gonna fix this up real quick. go. Yeah. Yeah. Here we get the inside right here. There we go. There's a fly in here. I just heard it fly by my microphone. I'll deal with that later. Right now, we have another little whoopsie daisy to fix. Got a rogue brush stroke right here. There we go. Nice. Whew. Gotta stretch. Let's see. What is this? Okay. All right, where are we at now? yeah, I think I'm ready to move on to the last glazing step, or last glazing step for shadows at least, which is going to be just the teeniest, tiniest bit of pure incubi darkness glazed down, going into like the absolute deepest parts of the shadow, kind of give the copper armor sort of bluish tinge to it in its deepest recesses. And this is because copper as a metal oxidizes really easily, and when it oxidizes, it turns, of course, slightly blue. Not slightly blue, it turns blue, period. Alright, load that onto the palette. Got a little bit more. Got a good usable chunk of paint right there. Get as much of that down on the wet palette as we can. That's already actually pretty good glaze consistency right there. Very nice. That's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. I need a new fingernail to use to test that. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, cool. So this is gonna go like right here. It's gonna be very, very subtle. Like barely detectable. It's still present all the same. Yeah. Put one right there in the center for chest. Under arterial. Yeah. Very edges of the armor, like right there, right underneath the armpit. Yeah. Oh, that actually looks so cool. I know it's probably like really hard to see on camera. It's probably really hard to see on camera actually, but let me try. Let me see if I can get a good zoom on that real quick for y'all. Oof. So like if you look right here, for example, you'll see where I'm about to apply some more incubi. Incubi, baby, bye, bye, bye. Yeah, I'll do it right here for you. So pay attention right here. Again, it's very, very subtle, barely detectable, but it's certainly there though. And this is just going in our darkest, shadowy places. Been thinking about how rough it's gonna be. Did I mention to you I'm playing in a tournament tomorrow? Oh yeah. Yeah. Wait, remind me what the tournament format is, Ultra Lord. I've been thinking about how rough it's gonna be. I'm so non-cutthroat. I feel like I'm gonna get stomped on, dude. I feel you. When I went to my local game stores like Escalation League for the first time, holy shit. I went in there thinking like, oh, like I'll just bring whatever list I want and I'll have a good time and like maybe I'll win a game or two because not everyone's gonna be super chill. Boy was I fucking wrong. Oh boy, I could not have been any further from the truth on that one for sure. Because it was also like the first tournament back, like the first event back since like the pandemic too, so people were like, they were raving and raring to go, you know. So yeah, I got clapped, but it's fine. Come to think of it, that was like a year ago. Now at this point, wow. Time flies. It's 2,000 points Rogue Trader tournament, so standard GW approved format. Ah, okay. Nice. And which army are you bringing with you? I'm guessing Thousand Suns. I'm running my Eldar. Oh, yeah, dub. How long does a match usually go, and how many matches do you play? Depends on the point size. Depends on the point size, Nikki. Like a standard 40k game at 2,000 points can take like 3 hours if you're good, if you know what you're doing, if you know your army, if you're not constantly like looking shit up. But I don't know if they're like, because I don't know the official tournament rules entirely off the top of my head. I don't know if they put like a time, incur like a time limit for tournament play. Ultralord, you know, but you would know more about that than me. And also, Ultralord, are you bringing a Wraith Knight as a part of your list? I think the games are limited to 2 hours and we're playing 3. Oh, okay, gotcha. So everyone gets 3 games. Gotcha. 3 games, 2 hours a pop. Gotcha. That's all. Yeah. Now, if you're like a pro, or like if you're like really, you're not bringing a Wraith Knight. Oh yeah, true. I guess it would be kind of really expensive now, because like what, it got shot up to like what? How many points is a Wraith Knight now? Wraith Knight is, let's see, where are the Eldari? Oh, here we go. A Wraith Knight is, whew, Jesus Christ, 510 points. Dude, what the hell? A quarter of your army is a single unit? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's fucking nutty. Damn. Yeah, alright. Yeah, definitely don't bring a Wraith Knight. Holy shit. Wait, what's that? What is that up from? What was its original cost? Pre data slate and all. Hey, Gray, 430. Jesus Christ, so it went up 80 points? Damn, they really said fuck the Wraith Knight. Goddamn. Hey, Gray, good to see you. It's been a minute. How you been? Appreciate you popping in, as always. I'm okay, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. We are making hella progress here on our model tonight. Very excited about that. This is gonna be looking pretty good when all is said and done. Wow. I'm a fan of how this is turning out, you guys. I am very happy about this. I am very, very happy about this. Now, what the hell just fell from my wall? Interesting. Is that? Interesting. So I'm gonna make sure that brand new or anything like that. What have you been, a spider? God, I hope not. Not now. Not like this. Please. Please, spiders. Keep away for now. Gray, how's school been going for you? You've been working on like any projects or whatever recently? Any productions going on you're in the midst of? Things like that? Oh, you know what? We can zoom out a little bit more now. We can zoom back out a little bit more now. There we go. Yeah, I'm currently designing a show going up in January. Oh, bet. Bet. And things are going well with that so far. Actually, what am I doing? I actually want to base coat the blade with Incubi Darkness, actually, because I think this is going to end up being like turquoise or something. That's what I want. So actually, we're going to just go straight into base coating this instead. So I actually get like a layer consistency on here as opposed to a glaze consistency. My mistake. There we go. Just made that judgment call. Actually, go ahead and base coat this. So I will be drawing with you as you paint. Oh, yay, good. Yeah, it's been a process. Deadlines are coming up in 2 weeks, so I'm trying to crank out renderings. Word. Well, good luck with that. I think we all know how intense a deadline can be. Ooh. Alright, we'll just let that settle and dry, and we'll move on to the wings. Alright, I'm going to add some of this up in here. Just adding the slightest bluish tinge to all of our shadows. Just because I think it looks cool. Here and there. Yeah, I love it when you guys say like you're working on your own projects too as you watch, because I like just being able to. I like that y'all are just vibing out with the stream. I really appreciate that. So that's kind of the intention of the stream too, is just to create a nice little space where we can all just vibe out, hang out, work on stuff together too, especially if you've been feeling like a lack of motivation to get your own work done, you know, when it comes to like painting minis or drawing up renderings for costume designs and whatnot, you know. Whatever we have going on, we'll all get through it together. And that's pretty freaking rad, I think. And y'all are a very creative bunch, every single one of you too. Another reason why I very much appreciate everyone's company here on the stream. What's the setting of the show, if you don't mind me asking? Ah, a question for Gray in the chat. Gray just responds with unbridled laughter. Well, it's set in a university that's been turned into an institution for society's undesirable. Oh my. Sounds like a setting ripe for social commentary and the like. So the costume aesthetic's kind of prison core, but with everyday clothes. Interesting. Right. Dang, these wings are looking really freaking good. I actually really love the way these wings are looking. I love the way the whole model's looking at this point. This is making me very happy. Alright. Alright, so that's all the shadows taken care of. I gotta look back at my notes and see what actually there is to do next, because I actually don't remember what the next step is. It's been that long. Let's see here. Oof, I really need my left ear to pop like stat. It has been bothering me this entire time. Well, just opened a box of Primaris Intercessors, and I think they gave Space Marines a new transfer sheet. Ooh, what's the indication that the that the transfer sheet might be new. Do they have like different chapters on there now? Do they have more chapters on there now? Hopefully they have more chapters on there now. Sorry about the brief disappearance for the music there. It's got raptors, fists, and salamanders on it. Less ultramarine, but finally they include the salamanders on there. Oh my god! I actually like it. I used to hate having to buy like the separate like salamanders upgrade kit just to get some transfers for my own salamanders. It's nice that they come on the standard kit because they're also such a popular chapter too. Like salamanders are such a popular chapter. It made me. I was so curious as to why they never like put it on like the standard transfer sheet. I was kind of confused by that, not gonna lie. Okay. Black and white unit icons. It's a really nice sheet. Ooh, good stuff. Good stuff. That is good to hear. I just put it on my story. I really like it. Okay, bet. Let me check that out real quick. Ooh, that is nice. Oh yeah, they got lots of options on there now. Hold on, let me take a quick look at that. Yeah, salamanders, raptors. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, I like how they have like I love how the different section labels are like very like have like a larger print to them now. That's actually really nice. It's more legible, easier to tell what's what. That's good. That's good. Plenty of shoulder decals for each chapter featured on there. Ultramarines, Imperial Fists, Salamanders. Nice, nice, nice. Raptors. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, this is 100% a brand new transfer sheet. Yeah, good on them. That's nice. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised the Raptors are on it too. I would have thought they would have put like maybe trying to think what other like what first founding chapter would have been more obvious choice. Not Blood Angels because they have their own kits and stuff. So you could get like Blood Angels transfers like in a different kit. I'm trying to think. Maybe like Raven Guard? Maybe I would have expected Raven Guard on there instead of like Raptors. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking like, yeah, maybe I would have expected to see Raven Guard on there instead of Raptors, instead of just like plain old Raptors. Raptors are really cool though, yeah. They are cool, I will say. Crimson Fists, the OGO, true. I played against, going back to the Escalation tournament I talked about earlier, I played against the Escalation League. I remember I played against a dude who had Crimson Fist. That was my first time ever seeing the chapter. I was like, that's pretty cool. I love their color scheme. The dark blue and of course the crimson. Yeah. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. It is time for edge highlighting. Brilliant. I finally get to use this pen. I have not used this at all. Okay, so we are going to be moving into using Vallejo model color Sunny Skin Tone. Color number 20, as you can see right here. Fun fact, by the way, the key, so a lot of people often get this wrong about Vallejo model color, but the key identifier for the color you want, if you're ever like shopping around for them, is actually not going to be this 5-digit number at the top. It's actually going to be the number located right here next to the logo. Actually, sorry, no, I take that back. They're both identifiers for it, but like if you wanted to like, if you ever wanted to like sort your colors in terms of like in a chromatic order, you actually want to follow not this number, you actually want to follow this number right here, which I did not know. Because you can see, like, for example, white is color number, let me move that up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see, but this is, but you see white's color number 1, and then black is color number 169. There are numbers beyond this, I'm pretty sure, but you get my point though. So yeah, that's something I did not know. I like to sort my colors in like a chromatic order on my shelf and in my paint case and whatnot, so that's very helpful for someone like me who's into that sort of thing. Ooh, I really gotta shake this one up though, this paint, because I've never really used it, so it needs like good old initial shake. How are we doing on time? 9:13? Brilliant. We are doing very, very good on time right now. Alright, that should be good enough, hopefully. So this is an edge highlight, so this is going to be like a standard like layer-ish consistency we're going for right here. Where's my cap? There's the cap. So I'll use my layer thinning technique instead, which is to load up the brush with paint first and then just dip it into the water right until you see like the paint sort of dissipate into the water itself. At that point you got a decent amount of water mixed with the paint, so you're good to go. I always get stressed deciding whether or not to order paints or markers by number or color families. What makes the what's the difference to you in your, like, in your opinion, Ray? Like, what are the pros and cons of doing it either way? Right now I'm just edge highlighting, just getting the sharpest edges on the model where reflections ought to go, where reflections of the light ought to go. Oh, getting in here is going to be tricky because the birds are kind of in my way. Okay, I guess I have to try and do this the old-fashioned way. Well, with copies, for example, the number system is a little weird, so it makes the collection look all choppy, out of order when you go entirely by number. I'm purely talking about aesthetics, though. Oh, I see. I see. So it's like an aesthetics thing. Interesting. Okay. So it's an aesthetic thing. Interesting. Certainly some of these edges are going to be a little tricky. We're doing it. Oh, I made a little oopsie. That's okay. I'll fix that in a little bit. Edges of the breastplate right there. Kind of messed that one up, but that's okay. Gotta get the edge of the collar too, because I can see why you might not. Number organization probably makes it easier to buy replacements. That's what my father does for paints. Because I can see why you might not want two markers that look virtually the same right next to each other sometimes. Ah, true. Fair. Oh, this is looking so good. You guys, I am so excited about this. Okay. Yeah, I was right there on the kneecap, yeah. I was like, I made a little oopsie somewhere on this model just a little bit ago, and it was right on the other part of the left kneecap. So we will fix that shortly. Oh man. We have made a huge leap forward with this model during this stream, you guys. I am very excited about where this is at. I'm not going to stress too much about getting the edges perfectly around here, because at the end of the day I don't want to ruin the cool shadows we got here by getting a little too tricky wicky. The edge highlighting. I will simply get just enough of the edges and then not get greedy. Oh man, I meant to tell you I had a huge blunder painting Celestine. What happened? What happened while you were painting Celestine? I cut her head off and drilled the neck to put on a paper clip to make it easier to paint, but it wouldn't come off after I painted. Oh my god! So how'd you end up getting yourself out of that bind? Stripped, primed, and painted all over. Damn. Had to repaint the whole thing. Yep, it'd be like that sometimes. It do be like that sometimes. I think the first time I ever had to strip a model, or I should say models, because I had to strip several. That is brutal. I agree, Ultralord. Was when I was working on a sandstone Necron like army batch paint. I was doing a bunch of Necron warriors. And I was using spray can Xandri dust to base coat them all, and it was a humid day in July, and I don't think I have to tell the experienced painters in the chat what happens when you fire off aerosolized paint in the middle of a very hot, very humid day in July. This is how I learned the hard way how air conditions, how air quality can greatly affect the quality of your spray paint. Yeah, that shit dried on so dustily. I was like, oh my god, I have to strip these models. So like, I stripped them all in a batch of like isopropyl alcohol for like what I think 3 or 4 straight days, and then I scrubbed them all down with a toothbrush, and then restarted. Now, thankfully, because this is like a giant batch paint, this ultimately amounted to like redoing like maybe like 10 to 20 minutes worth of work, but still, I was annoyed. I've seen that, but it's not really humid here. It looks terrible when it happens. Yeah, it looks awful. Like there's truly like no, like even those, like they were supposed to look like they were made of sandstone. I was like, even this, the state that they were in once I finished like spray painting, I was like, even this is like unacceptable. I can't even, there's no way to put like a creative spin on this. I just had to restart, you know. Let's see here. All right. This is the part I was a little scared of, but I knew was coming. Time to edge highlight the wings. Because the truth is there aren't really very many edges to highlight, but I still want to attempt to do a little something here. So we're gonna try that and see how it goes. Yeah, maybe like just a little bit of a shine to indicate an edge highlight, like right there. Living near DC makes spray painting just awful for half the year. Swamp humidity just kills primers, especially matte varnish. Yeah. Growing up in Virginia, it's like the humidity is just, it's just an ever-present threat for like 6 months out of the year. So same, Ultralord. Same. My dad paints like model planes and tanks and stuff. And I only ever saw him work on that stuff in the winter. Definitely not in the summer because it was always too humid out. I was in Georgia for a while. The humidity gets insane there. Yeah, even today, like today, the humidity was insane here in the city. I think we reached like we reached 98% humidity today. Which I was like, what the hell, dude? That was freaking awful. I had to go to work and I'm like, why do I have to go to work in these conditions? And in fact, you know what? I actually ended up leaving work early today because I got my flu shot yesterday. And it finally started like hitting me. I felt fine like immediately afterward, but then I got to work today and I was like, I don't feel so good. And I tried hanging in there as long as I could, and then I had to tell my boss, like, I was like, boss, I gotta go home. Like, I am really not feeling it right now. Because it got to the point where I was like, man, I am so tired. I cannot even keep my head up right. And the humidity today definitely did not help my situation at all. So yeah, I threw in the towel early, went home. I was like, I need to rest. And I napped for like 3 hours as soon as I got home. So I definitely made the right call there. I definitely felt like I made the right call. But yeah. I'm actually so upset that like it's got back to being like humid and warm again after a little while. Like we were just starting to like experience like real honest to goodness like fall weather here in the city, like nice and cool and crisp and not humid, and then it just flipped like right back to being exactly that for the last couple of days here. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? But it's supposed to rain this weekend, and then after it rains this weekend the temperatures are going to plummet, so I'm looking forward to that change. I am, as a person, I am just much better off in the cold in general. Summer here in the city can be pretty brutal with all the metal and concrete and glass reflecting all the heat onto you. It's like, oh, yeah, I can't wait till it's cold again either, Nikki. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Whew. Yeah, these are definitely the trickiest edge highlights I think I've ever done. Any more paint though? And then the next step is we're going to glaze on Sunny skin tone into the Bestigor flesh areas, just to get them to combine well with the edge highlights that we've applied in that same color. I'm a really big fan of this is my first time using Sunny skin tone as or period, but especially as like a highlight color. I actually really like it. I'm definitely going to use this more often, for sure. Alright, let's see. Try and get kind of perpendicular to... Getting perpendicular to a circle's always kind of tricky. Because I don't think you can be perpendicular to a circle in general, but... Yeah, I had to get that, catch that edge somehow, though, so we figured out a way. We found the way. Yeah. Certainly these are the best tangent. Oh yeah, true. True. Forgot about tangent lines. Quickly cast this in some more shadow. I realize this should actually be pretty shadowy since it's up against her back and everything. And then we got the skull casting a shadow right here, so we need to put that like right there. And that should be good enough. This is going to be barely visible once we attach this to the model, so I'm not going to stress myself out too much about that. I'm gonna put them. Okay. Okay, let me attempt. Trying to edge highlight this inner part of the right wing right here. Whew. Deep breaths. Always deep breaths. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I'm also anchoring my wrists to the desk too for additional support. Additional stability is what I meant to say. It's like, I consider this to be kind of like the gamer pose, but for, or like the gamer stance, but for mini painters. Lean forward, wrists wrists anchored to your desk. And deep, deep breaths. Yeah. Alright, and then let's tune in back over here real quick. I'm just gonna really quickly slap it up, dab some Doombull Brown. Gonna thin it down a decent amount. Right onto this spot where I fucked up before. Hold on, let me roll my paintbrush back into a point. There we go. Easy fix. Easy fix. Alright. Okay. Make sure we are going along the right track here. Yes. Yep. Edge highlighting, glaze on. Perfect. Alright, cool. So... Be very gentle with glazing this down, because it's already a yellow, very bright yellowish paint, which means that it is not going to take very much to fully break down this paint at all, so I got to be careful with how much water I apply to it. So otherwise, red's going to be just straight up unusable. Ah, that was a nice brief trip back into non-glazing land, but now we're right back in there. We are right back in here. Okay, that should be good. Again, don't want to be too aggressive with glazing this color down since it's already a very bright yellow color. We're just going to apply this to the very center of all of our bright areas, basically. Breastplates here. The gauntlets right here should go some too, I think. And then definitely here on the thigh. Spread that out a little bit. Get the knees. Boom. Get this patch right here. That right there. That right there. 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 Okay. Oh, we get the back side here, of course. Yeah, that's really starting to pop. All right, while we wait for that on the armor to dry, let's move to the wings real quick and do the same thing. I'm very concerned about this servo skull on the back of the jump pack, because like this entire time it's been like every time I like apply even the slightest bit of pressure to it, it feels like it's gonna snap. This part is actually so fragile, and I'm so worried that I'm gonna snap it actually. I'm gonna try my best not to, but you know, that is the concern. That is the general concern we have right now, I'm not gonna lie. I had the same, right? It's such a precarious little connection, because like, I don't know if y'all remember from like when we built it, but like it connects, like, it's so stupid. For some freaking reason, it connects like somewhere like right like, here, let me zoom in. Ooh, we are way zoomed in. Oh yeah, I don't know if I can get it to focus that close. But it's like somewhere like right here along like the stem where the, actually yeah, it's like right here. You see at the point where it's sort of bending. You look like right there, that's where it's connected. Right, and it's way too tiny to do in a subsection. Like you could never do this in a subsection and then expect to be able to cement this back on, even with like masking, because like first of all, the like tactical breakaway skull. True. Someone tries to like shoot her from behind. The skull like breaks away to protect her from the shot. Very true, very real. Very tactical. Get the shiny points on the breastplate right there. Slightest touch of water. That's more so the consistency that we want. Be back later, man. Good luck. Thanks, Nikki. Appreciate that. Have a good night in case we end off before you get back, because we actually might almost be done for the session tonight. Or you know, we'll wrap up around 10:30. So if you're back by then, I'll see you then. If not, have a good night, Chief. Have a good weekend. This is looking really good. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna mix some more glaze here. That's way too much paint. We need more water. Ooh, glazing these brighter colors sure is tricky, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Oh yeah. Look at that, you guys. When we unite these two pieces finally. Oh, that's gonna look so fucking sick. I'm really loving the way this is looking so far, you guys. Alright. Last step for the armor, finally, after all this time, is the very finest of edge highlights, which is some pure white. Whatever white paint you want to use it. There we go. Uh-oh. Not even gonna bother thinning this since we're just using the teeniest, tiniest bits of white here for the very peaks of all of our edges, like right there, for example. Let me get all the shoulder pads here too. breastplate here too. Cool. I'm gonna attempt this kneecap right here. There we go, got it. Whew, that happened so quickly. I was like a split second away from actually kind of overdoing it right there. Let's see. That works. Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on to doing the wings. Just a few key points to hit here, no big deal. Do Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, hold on. Got just a few splotches of white. Like, right, hold on. That's way too much paint on the tip right there. Okay. Add some right there. Add some right there. Add some right there. There. Oh, wait, gotta do the backside too. Mm-hmm. All right. Check that out, you guys. The metal, at least for now, is done. Finish the metal. And the non-metallic metal. Now we gotta paint on all the detail. And look, now we have all the rest of the details of the model to finally paint on and shit. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. I love how despite all the hours we've spent on this model, we are still only like 75% of the way through, but I am very happy with the progress we've made so far. Before we end off, I'm just gonna do some quick repair. Because we got some areas that I had to re-prime because the paint came off, and in fact, gosh darn it, it happened again. It happened again in some of the exact same parts, but that's okay. That's because those are the parts of the model that I hold on to the most when painting. It looks dope. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, Ultra Lord. Hold on. I gotta re-prime this shit again. When will it end? When will my torment end? It's okay, though. I'll just put this on the mat, honestly. I don't want to put this on my wet palette, because otherwise it's going to run like a motherfucker if I do. My primer. I'm not going to bother thinning it either, since it's just a little bit of primer that we need to apply to the model anyway. Okay. Good thing about the Vallejo primer is in addition to being great for firing out of an airbrush, it is also very great for simply brushing on in a pinch. So if you happen to be in a climate where a rattle can primer is just completely out of the question for you, like kind of like what we were talking about earlier, brush on primer, or rather it's not going to be specifically labeled as brush on, rather Vallejo's primer, which comes in like these squirt bottles, is gonna be the stuff for you, honestly. This is the chiz right here. Gonna hold away from this area. And we don't need to get like perfect coverage, because we are just gonna rebase coat that area in German camo beige anyway. So as long as we get like 70% coverage in that area, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. Gonna reapply our dark Prussian blue to the under part of the cape that touches the scroll, because some paint came off of there too. Perfection. Cool. Now if we just reprime this, or repaint this area rather, I mean. That should blend back on rather nicely. Make sure we blend out the patch right here. Yeah. Just make sure it all blends nice and evenly. Just mild repair in this area right here too. And yeah. All right. Oh yeah, so that's already drying on wonderfully too. Perfect. Let's see, how's the primer doing? Is it dry enough to touch? Let's find out. Yeah, that's more or less dry already. Going to reapply some German camo beige to the scroll. This is going to be our base coat for all of our whites or elements, whether they're a standard white or an off-white. I find that German camo beige actually works very well as a base coat for like white slash off-white model parts. I really like using it for such purposes. Plus, the scroll is supposed to look kind of like old and worn out anyway, so if it's not like a perfect base coat, that's okay. We can work with that. We can most certainly work with that. A lot of mini painting is literally just saying, fuck it, we ball. I am not even kidding. Oh yeah, I can see underneath the layer that was already there. Yeah, this did get blasted brown when I was initially base coating this with my airbrush before we started painting it. So this is probably going to take a few coats to restore like decent coverage to it, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, 'cause it's going on top of black. Okay. That's honestly fine. Again, we will make it work. I had briefly forgotten that I had base coated the entire model in Scrag Brown, not just Celestine herself, but these scrolls got hit with it too. Like I said, that's fine. Explains why it came on, like covered on so nicely initially. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably the tension applied across these scrolls. It's like bending, and it's probably like the scrolls are bending, and as a result, like the primer layer at least is probably just kind of like popping off, pop off, I guess, as I'm handling the model. That's probably why, like around the edges especially, where like the tension would be greatest. It's probably why the paint came right off. That, in addition to the fact that my hands are just warm. But like, I touched other parts of the model while painting this, and the paint didn't come off there, so it's all very curious. It's all very curious indeed, but it's okay. We are working our way around and through the problem. So at the end of the day, we'll be alright. We will be alright. Okay. Yeah. Is that more black showing right there? Hold on. Okay. And we will very carefully reapply up here to... Alright. I think this is a good place to stop. Terrific. Alright. So that's going to be brushes down for now. And here is where we are at. Ta-da! So I think next stream we're gonna focus on painting all the details, accessories, etc. on Celestine herself. And then if we have enough time, we'll maybe start on the... Actually, you know what? I totally forgot. I still gotta do her bodyguards too. Maybe we'll start speed painting up the bodyguards. I'm not gonna give them the whole NMM treatment because that's just gonna take forever. I'm gonna speed paint those up and then we'll do that. The highlights came out really well. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I agree. I think they did too. I really think they did too. I think those came out great. So yeah, and then we gotta airbrush the wings at a certain point, and then that's probably gonna be like the last thing I do is airbrush her wings. And a reminder, the wings are gonna vaguely look like what I've done to this Space Marine right here on the bottom half of his body. They're gonna look something like this. Colors are gonna be a bit more saturated than you see on the camera because the camera is like kind of washing them out a little bit. But yeah, y'all see the vision though. But yeah. So, with that all being said, my friends, thank you so much for joining me once again here at youtube.com/Chimera Games for our weekly live stream. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream before you go, because of course that always helps out the channel immensely. And subscribe if you're new here. Hit that notification bell, that way you know exactly when we go live every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. right here at youtube.com/Chimera Games. If you want to follow my socials, you can find them all in the description below. And until I see y'all again, I hope y'all have a great weekend. Live well, be easy. Peace.